Daenerys Targaryen. She says she is the mother of dragons. But would you trust her with your kids? Her father was a maniac. She palled around with Dothraki terrorists. She asked the city of Karth for a government bailout. Then she lost 3 baby dragons after placing them in an unlocked wooden box. An unlocked wooden box. This Khaleesi wants to be queen of the 7 kingdoms, but can she be trusted? Daenerys Targaryen. Wrong for dragons. Wrong for the realm. Paid for by the Committee to Protect Dragons.
We don't know anything about him.
He was never really vetted.
Is he really the true-born son of Robert Baratheon?
All over the 7 kingdoms, people are asking the same question. Who is the real King Joffrey? The people of Westeros are hurting. Winter is coming. Crop yields are falling, and the price of fuel is going up.
The cost of peat moss is through the thatched roof.
And this young and inexperienced king takes advice from a whoremongering imp and has launched an illegal war in the north. What is King Joffrey hiding? This is not our kind of family values. King Joffrey. What a bastard.
What a bastard.
Paid for by the young Baratheons for freedom. Robb Stark. He's the biggest celebrity in the North. But his father was a traitor. He arrested his own mother. His bastard brother deserted the Night's Watch. And he couldn't defend his own castle. Worst of all, Robb Stark hasn't stopped the wildlings from invading our lands and taking our jobs. He even has an illegal alien for a nanny. And now he wants to be king in the North? King? Some people say he's really a wolf. Some people say he eats dead people. We can't wait until it's too late. Send a raven to Winterfell now and tell Robb Stark to go back home. Stop eating dead people and defend the damn wall. This ad paid for by Crossbows GPS.
You shouldn't have to pay to talk to the people closest to you, or the people who used to be. That's why Umbrella Wireless is proud to announce the new Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan. Now you'll get unlimited calls to your best buddy, your mom, or Cindy, once she realizes that you're seriously meant for each other and should stop screening your calls. Now the 30 minutes of agonizing silence where you're both afraid to hang up may drain your battery, but it won't drain your wallet. And you'll get unlimited calls just to check if she still cares enough to pick up, with no extra charges. With the Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, your phone will automatically answer calls from your ex, because maybe she finally realizes that you're the only one for her and wants to get coffee sometime. Now, after lonely nights of looking at pictures of the road trip you took together when everything was great, your misspelled texts are absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the booze. The Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, because she wants you back. She just doesn't know it yet.
When you can't find anything to watch on cable, you get bored. When you get bored, you listen to radio cooking shows. When you listen to radio cooking shows, you invite a friend over for dinner. When you invite a friend over for dinner, you use twice as many beans. When you use twice as many beans, you expel deadly farts that kill your friend's dog. When you kill your friend's dog, your friend becomes unstable. When your friend becomes unstable, you're sued for everything you're worth. When you're sued for everything you're worth, you're thrown to the streets. When you're thrown to the streets, you devote your life to world domination. When you devote your life to world domination, you become an evil fascist overlord. When you become an evil fascist overlord, old friends plot their revenge. When old friends plot their revenge, you are shot in the back of the head. And when you're shot in the back of the head, you miss your jazzercise appointment. Don't miss your jazzercise appointment. Upgrade to Indirect TV. Go online or call 1-800-ERECT-TV.
Millions of Americans every day are shedding unwanted pounds by taking tested and proven Ultra Lipo Stick. Carbohydrates are bad, bad. Our carbo-fighting antioxidant is good, good. Just listen to these satisfied customers.
My name is Gail, and I lost like 20 pounds on Ultra Lipo Stick.
My name is Jared, and I lost 46 pounds using Ultra Lipo Stick.
My name is Zach, and I actually gained weight. This stuff sucks!
Ultra Lipo Stick is safe and easy to inject. Just 3 doses 4 times a day discreetly underneath your fingernail. Listen to this.
I used Ultra Lipo Stick and suffered from side effects like uncontrollable greasy discharge.
Ultra Lipo Stick, it turned the armpits of all of my shirts orange. This stuff is crap.
Try it today and see some real results. Ultra Lipo Stick. Not available in stores. Results may vary.
Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge.
Most politically incorrect black man on the planet, Rod Eccles.
Well, hello, my fellow Americans, and all of my fellow liberty lovers all across the globe. It is I, your lovable host, El Rod, coming to you live from my bunkerized home studio somewhere within the great granite state of New Hampshire, where, yes, today I checked again, the state motto is still live free or die. It is not big government or bust. It is Hump Day, Wednesday, May the 13th in the year of our Lord 2015, as we get over that hump and start to slide down into the weekend for many of us. The number that you can call this evening is toll-free, 603-835-3224. That's 603-835-3224. And if you press those digits on your phone, you will ring into me, and I will see you and hopefully put you on the air with yours truly. You know, I was wondering, you know, because the news is kind of filled with, well, mostly it's filled with still the Brady Patriots Deflategate thing, and I'm done talking about that. The Brady went out and got himself a good lawyer. And I wasn't, you know, I forgot the man's name, but I'm not even all that interested in talking about it anymore, so I won't. There you have it. And so I was wondering what I was going to start the show off with tonight. Little secret. A lot of times I don't know what I'm going to start, what my opening monologue is going to be about until the show basically starts, which is pretty interesting, because I am sure I make it sound like I wrote the speech and planned for it for days, but that's not the case. And tonight was no different. I was wondering, you know, how I was going to open the show and start the show off for you this evening. And then all of a sudden, stuff just started coming across my feed. And it was all pretty similar. And so I did a little bit more digging and found some interesting stuff. Now, you're probably thinking it's about the Amtrak derailment. Yes, last I heard the body count or the death toll was standing at 7. I hope it stops there. But we will talk about Amtrak a little bit later. We'll get it. We got a bunch of other stuff to get into. You got some Hillary Gate stuff. Somebody told me what they call it, and I'm going to steal it. This is all about hilarious Clinton. I I should have thought of it, but I didn't. I have to admit I didn't. I should have. So from now on, we're gonna. I should come up with a theme song for them too. Hilarious Clinton and her bid for the presidency. Yeah. And we also heard about John Bolton talking about that he's getting into the race. I don't know why. Does anybody actually believe that John Bolton actually believes in his own mind that he has a shot at getting into the White House? I don't think he actually believes that, but only Mr. Bolton knows his reasons for doing it, his real true reasons for getting into the race. But what is more important is, not necessarily more important. Well, it is very important. And it starts off with today. Today was kind of a nice day. It was more typical of May, mid-May, as far as temperature and weather-wise. It didn't rain. We've hit this drought over the past week and a half to 2 weeks. Haven't had any rain, which is really kind of not normal for this time of year. But we did get a lot of rain during April. But so far in May, we haven't had so much. And that's not an issue because it's really saved a lot of places on the East Coast, up here in the Northeast especially, from flooding. We haven't had much flooding here this year, which is a good thing. Especially over the last 4 or 5 years, we've just had spring has been flood season, and there's been a lot of damage due to floods. Both public and private property have been damaged severely over the past 4 or 5 years due to flooding issues. There are towns here in New Hampshire that still haven't fully recovered from the last time they were flooded about 4 years ago, or even some even longer. But yeah, it was really rough for a while. A lot of flooding up here in the Northeast. But what we have today is some interesting global warming or man-made global climate change information. And as we approach hurricane season, it's kind of neat to note. Well, maybe it's not so neat if you're not, if you're in the hurricane alley. Maybe this year things will change, but as I have said before, there has been a string of no major hurricanes hitting the U.S. mainland since Katrina. And lo and behold, here's something from NASA. NASA itself. There have been no major U.S. hurricane landfalls in 9 years. And what they call major is Category 3 or larger. There have been no Category 3 or larger hurricanes in 9 years. Now, NASA was on their page, they're saying, well, is this luck? And they're saying, but, the United States hasn't experienced the landfall of a Category 3 or larger hurricane in 9 years, a string of years that's likely to come along once only every 177 years, according to a new NASA study. Now, how do they know that this only comes along once every 177 years? That's an odd number, don't you think? Well, it is an odd number. Well, they have to pick that number simply because the current 9-year drought is the longest period of time that has passed without a major hurricane making landfall in the USA since reliable records began. Now, let me repeat that. They only know this back to this time